And here's Tony with the Mazda MPV 4x4.
When Mazda launched its MPV, it was the first Japanese maker to take on the hot-selling Magic Wagons and other North American products. In just a couple of years, the MPV seems to have become compact van of choice for people willing to spend just a little more for a vehicle in this class. Other Japanese firms have introduced small vans in a variety of configurations in North America, but none have had the potential to knock a dent in Chrysler's market stranglehold. The MPV was the first Japanese product to make serious inroads in this sector. Our test MPV was a four-wheel drive version, and it's also part of the driver's seat long-term test fleet. The MPV was designed with the needs of North American buyers in mind, and Mazda's California design studio was involved in the original design and built a prototype. Mazda set itself a target of making comfort levels as good as a first-rate sedan. Another major aim was to make the MPV as stylish and practical as possible, and fun to drive too. You don't need to be an aerodynamics engineer to see at first glance that this is a very efficient design. It has a very low drag factor, which results in several benefits, and one of these is low wind noise. During my test drive, I was amazed at the lack of wind noise, even at fairly high speeds. Although of traditional van configuration, it has a very slippery shape, with rounded corners everywhere, blended in lighting and flush-fitting glass. Even its door handles are flush with the bodywork. Computer-aided design has helped Mazda make the MPV's body shell very rigid indeed. Certainly during my tests, there was a notable lack of the creaks and rattles some vans seem to have. The cargo area can be enhanced by folding the third seat forward against the back of the second seat. Some rival vans require that you remove the third seat and leave it behind to get this kind of space. All seats, by the way, fold flat for sleeping or for carrying large loads. Instead of the usual sliding door, this Mazda has a second passenger side door that opens in the usual fashion. Lack of a sliding door may deter van buyers with traditional tastes, but people moving from sedans will likely treat this feature with an open mind. Our MPV is fitted with a 3-litre 18-valve V6, similar to one used in Mazda's luxury 929 sedan. This is the only engine you can get with four-wheel drive. I tried an MPV with a trailer and a fairly large ski boat, and found it handled a load with ease. I also found it easy to maneuver, quite an achievement for Mazda since I have no experience of towing at all. Engine speed sensing, variable assist power steering is standard on the MPV, providing maximum assist at low speeds and a steady, solid feel at highway speeds. The four-wheel drive system is easily engaged with a button, and it's intended more for safe, slippery weather driving than for off-road mud plugging. Our 4x4 MPV carried a price tag of $30,645, fully equipped. It'll reach 100 kilometers per hour in around 10 seconds, pretty good for a utility vehicle, and all-round fuel economy is a thirsty 13.3 litres per 100 kilometers. Interior design is excellent. Apart from a very tasteful job with regard to fabrics, mouldings and general appearance, there are numerous practical touches. All kinds of stowage bins are provided, and there's a more opulent feeling than you get in most vans in this class. Instrumentation is well placed, and some minor controls are located within easy reach of the instrument pod rim. As with other vans, the driver sits with a commanding view of the road and surrounding traffic. A great safety feature. Obvious competition comes from Toyota's new Previa 4x4 van, and also from the smaller Nissan Access in four-wheeler guise. Other four-wheel drive vans include the Ford Aerostar, VW Vanagon Syncro, and Eagle Vista. But this might be the best of the lot, Ted.
This is almost the ultimate family vehicle. A couple of things I didn't like. Storage is a problem. If you're carrying more than 4 people, the back area behind the back seat is, you can't even get a bag of groceries in there. And taking the seats out is a bit of a problem. I don't like that very much. I also found shifting sometimes from park into reverse or drive to be really awkward because the shift lock was not kicking in properly, and you have to sort of yank at it and pump the gas pedal. But that's all I can come up with. I think this thing, the execution on this car is marvelous. I mean, they've really done a bang-up job on it. It's very good.
It is nicely done. I think their aim to get this as much like a car as possible, to feel as much like, say, a 626 Mazda as possible, they've really achieved that.
Well, that's the main difference between this one and the Magic Wagons. The Magic Wagons are okay. I have nothing against them. But But in terms of handling and performance, and especially braking, this thing leaves them in the dust. This is almost like driving a car. In a panic braking situation, for example, I know in the front drive Magic Wagons, all the weight goes to the front, and they're damn well dangerous. But this thing is very, very good.
Well, I think that's right, and that's why it's been such a popular choice with people, and it is very, very luxurious. I can't believe that lack of wind noise. I keep mentioning that, but it's very, very quiet at highway speeds, and a very enjoyable vehicle to drive, despite these problems with moving the rear seats about to get heavy loads in.
Yeah, well, I guess that's unavoidable when you're going to carry stuff around, but I just found myself sometimes opening the back deck and trying to put something in the back space, and I couldn't get anything in there, and it was really quite for such a huge van.
It may be that the market needs a long wheelbase version. Of course, there is an extended version of the Chrysler products, and the new VW that's coming along before too long will also have a long wheelbase option, and it does give you more space behind the rear seats. I've driven since I tested this, the new Chrysler product, and I'm very, very impressed with that. I think this is going to have a run for its money with the new Chrysler.
Well, you know, the Chrysler Magic Wagons, or T-Wagons as they call them, still basically own this segment. There's lots of MPVs out there, but there's lots more Chryslers. I still would buy a Chrysler, an MPV before I bought a Chrysler.
Yeah, perhaps, yeah, but try the new one. Okay, summing up here. Fuel economy was a problem. I didn't like that at all. Mostly, though, it's on the plus side here. Very, very low wind noise, excellent from that standpoint. Styling, most acceptable, and towing capability better than expected. Driving dollar value, I give this one 7/8 of a tank because it's almost perfect.